Where Winds Meet had its global release just over 2 months ago, and in that time we've had access to areas like Qinghe, and then they unlocked Kaifeng. We've been able to fight more than 20 different bosses in solo and multiplayer mode. We've seen the addition of 30 versus 30 guild PvP, and we've also been tempted by many flashy and expensive skins in the draw system and also on the in-game store. But what we have access to is just a sliver of content compared to what's going to be coming to Where Winds Meet this year. The game has already been out for more than 12 months over in China, and during that time, on their version, it's seen countless updates introducing new weapons, new zones, bosses, mystic skills, innoways, PvP game modes, and so much more. So what we're going to do in this video is hop over to the Chinese servers for Where Winds Meet and take a little sneak peek at the crazy amount of content coming to our game this year. There won't be any spoilers in terms of storyline or anything like that, just the cool new features I think you guys would be interested in. But first, a quick word from this video's sponsor. Crystal of Atlan is a Magic Punk MMO action RPG. It features class-based combat with over 21 different classes to choose from, all available for free from the start. Personally, I think the Scythe Guard looks really cool. The animations, the ability, the combat style with this class, very much my sort of thing. Each class also has over 20 different skill combinations, providing you with ample room to experiment and create the build that suits you. Along with a storyline you can complete solo, boss fights throughout it. They recently added a big new update which increased the level cap to 70. There's some new bosses in here. At level 70, you'll also unlock one of the newest dungeons, the Dusk Feather Lair. This content can be done solo or in story mode with 4 players, elite mode with 8 players, and legendary mode also with 8 players. Along with this, those of you who are PvP inclined, there is a 1v1 and 3v3 arena in this game as well. So if you want to check out Crystal of Atlan, it's clearly getting a lot of updates, a lot of content is coming to the game, like new pets, new outfits, and new combat systems. Now is the best time to do it. Make sure to check out my link in the description down below. It's available on iOS, Google Play, PC, PS5, and Steam. Again, links in the description down below. Thank you very much to Crystal of Atlan for sponsoring this video. Firstly, I'd like to talk about probably one of the most exciting things, and that is new weapons coming to the game. At time of recording, China has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different weapons that we currently don't have access to. Now, some of them are just different fighting styles for the same weapon. So for example, the rope dart gets 2 new fighting styles, this one here, and then we also have this one further here as well. We'll take a look at the abilities and how they work in a second. They also have a new fighting style for the Umbrella. They have a new fighting style for the Mo Blade or the Thundercry Blade, this one here. And then they have 2 completely brand new weapons in the form of the Tangdao. Never quite sure how to say it. Again, apparently it's going to be called the Snowparting Blade, and then we also have the Gauntlets or the Fist weapon as well. Now, interestingly enough, 4 of these weapons are actually in our version of the game, in the global version. The new Umbrella, the new Rope Dart, the Snowparting Blade, and the Phalanxbane Blade are all actually in the game. And for a brief period of time, you could actually play with some of these. There was a trial, the new Shimmer trial. If you went into practice mode, you could play with the Hangdao, and you could play with the Phalanxbane Blade. But yet these clips here, because again we downloaded like a 70 gigabyte download, we kind of already have the weapons, we just can't use them yet. But it's very likely that we will have access to these in season 2. So as soon as the 6th or 7th of February, very likely we're going to get 4 new weapons. Now let's take a look at how all of them work. So this here is what is supposedly going to be called the Phalanxbane Blade. It's another form of Modao or Mo Blade, and just like our current Mo Blade, it is very slow to charge up, but does a lot of damage when it hits. It also has a cool movement ability with the martial skill. You can sort of dash around, it charges up, and then you can slam. The second ability, or the special skill with this, adds extra sort of like spirit warriors to your attacks. It also has good synergy with the Hangdao as well. So these 2 weapons are supposed to be paired together. They're both from the Stone Split family, but you could pair them with other Stone Split weapons like our current Thundercry Blade or the Stormbreaker Spear, because they're all in the same family. You could make some sort of hybrid build. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. If I activate the special skill here, you can now see that when I do a charged attack, we're going to see these extra dudes pop up, which will stagger the enemy. And then the same with our other ability as well. If we go in, we charge, and then we hit the slam, we will get some extra clones that come in as well, and that's a result of the special skill there. On top of that, this is the light attack chain. You can't actually charge up light attacks with this weapon. It's just a charged sort of heavy attack. So we got charged heavy. We have our martial skill where we can dash around and then release. And then we also have our buff here, which I think is called Hot Blood. And we'll just give you guys an example of what it looks like on an enemy. Bear in mind, this is not the highest level. Like a lot of these weapons are going to not be too upgraded. So this is only level 55. And the item itself is It's a blue. It's not probably not going to be the most impressive damage, but you get an idea of what it looks like anyway. Here we go. And then we'll charge up a heavy here. Boom. Oh, that was pretty satisfying. Actually, that was pretty cool. And like I say, I do think this weapon has synergy with the Hangdao as well, so they are supposed to be paired together, because I believe this buff does carry over to this weapon. And now, while we're here, let's take a look at this one as well. So the playstyle of the Hangdao is you have your martial arts skill where you can dash around, like so. You get 3 charges of it. And then you also have this cool, I'm just going to call it the twirly whirly. Whilst I do speak a very, very, very small amount of Mandarin Chinese, I'm nowhere near enough proficient to translate this for you, I'm afraid, guys. And even when you do run it through translation, it just doesn't come out too clean. So we're just going to have to take some guesswork at what exactly the weapons do. But having played around with them a bit, we have a pretty good idea, especially since these weapons are featured a lot in sort of like Chinese PvP videos. But yeah, this is the special skill. It does actually modify your martial skill to make it a 1 and then a sort of stab if it connects the enemy. And it gives you this buff where you do a lot of stagger damage. So I'll show you that one in application now. So here's our archer friend. We're going to hit him with the special skill. And now we're going to dash in and then do the stab. And now we can basically reapply stagger over and over again by charging up our light attack like this. Doing so will replenish these charges over here that we have. So if we just hold down the light attack, so for me left mouse button, or that would be right trigger, you can basically do this over and over again. And you can modify the potency of that effect by, first of all, connecting your combo. So the idea, to my understanding, with this weapon is you're supposed to do your special skill, like so. That's probably going to explode the barrels, right? Okay, he's just going to phase right through him. Let's try that again. While I'm waiting for the ability cooldown here, we can show that the Hangdao has a specialty for parrying as well. So every time you parry, you get this little like special effect here that you can use. It's kind of like the exquisite scenery on the current Mo Blade, where whenever you block, every 5 seconds you can get a proc. It's the same here. When you parry with the Hangdao, you can get this special effect here, which just allows you to hit them in return and do some decent stagger damage. But anyway, let's take a look at that rotation. So, special skill, dash in, hit him with one of those, and then we can just do our light attacks. And the enemy can't really do anything, and it's super effective against bosses as well. So, really cool weapon. I think it's very flashy, feels very fluid, feels very graceful. I'm super excited for this weapon combination. Again, you don't have to play these 2 weapons together, but it is designed that you would play the new Stone Splitting Blade with the Tangdao as well. The other 2 weapons we're very likely going to see come to the game with Season 2 for Where Winds Meet Global is the new Rope Dart and the new Umbrella. Now, I'm not actually sure what they're going to call these, but I will show you the playstyle and how they work. So we'll start off with the Umbrella. It is another range weapon, so you do have a range projectile with it. And again, you do have a building system where you can build up petals, and then you can spend them by using your Q ability, which looks like this. There we go. So pretty effective. You can just sort of range spam them at them. The other thing you can do, we just have light attacks like this. We have heavy attacks like this. But what we can do is we can hold down our heavy to do one of these. And that will create a clone of an umbrella, which you can then teleport to with your special skill, like so. And your special skill, it's a bit like the Thundercry Blades, like pull-in ability, the Sunrush Gale, where it just sucks everything in and sort of staggers them as it's going. Actually, in this case, no, it is staggering this guy, yeah. So we have a little bit of a, the same utility that we would get with the tank build, and then of course we can just spam and hit them with the Q over and over and again as well. Now, the damage is not great here because this is just a level 1, so we don't have any upgrades in these at all because I'm really hurting for coin on this character. But yeah, the playstyle, basically build up petals, spam them with your Q. If you hold down light attack, we can't do like the jump thing like we can with the current DPS Umbrella, so it's a pretty different playstyle in that regard. But yeah, we're going to throw this out with the charged heavy, teleport to it, do a little bit of damage like that, and then just hit him with some Qs. and sort of rinse and repeat. So you've got a little bit of the fan playstyle where you can teleport around, but then you also have this sort of spammable Q as long as you have petals and for the duration that it lasts as well. And then we have the new rope dart here. Again, not entirely sure what the name's going to be for global yet. Also forgot to mention the umbrella. Along with the rope dart, they will be part of the bamboo cut family, so you can pair these with other rope darts or the dual blades, or also the new gauntlet as well. We're going to take a look at that in a second, but that is also from the bamboo cut family. But yeah, this particular rope dart, it shares the same sort of charged heavy attack where you can build up buffs. You also have your tokens down here that you can spend, but this time we're not going to be summoning rats. Instead, what we're going to be doing is putting like I think it's a ghost curse on the enemy. Now again, because I don't really have the ability to read Mandarin at this level, I'm not entirely sure what it says, but I can take a pretty good guess. So basically you apply these sort of stacks to the enemy with your Q ability, also with your charge, then your light attacks, like so. So let's just stack up some debuffs on him and some buffs on myself. Gonna use my Q again. And you can see this enables my special skill, which will allow me to do this. So the concept, I believe, is you're stacking a debuff on your enemy and then you're popping those stacks to stagger the enemy and do a decent chunk of damage as well. I'll leave the text on the screen here in case you want to try and translate it, but what I've tried to do so far with the translations, they just never really make too much sense. But yeah, that is our special ability. This is our Q ability here. We have our charged attack over here. And then just our light attack. So let's try it one more time. We'll charge this up. It is healing us just like the other rope dart does. And then I'm going to Q. And then we're going to hit him with one of these. So there you go. It does appear to put some sort of debuff on the enemy as well. So at first glance, it doesn't seem to be the most exciting weapon like the current rope dart. It feels very much to be a secondary weapon, at least this particular style of rope dart. But that's the play style and how it works there. And then the last two weapons would be the gauntlets and another new type of fighting style for the rope dart. Now, unfortunately, I'm not able to unlock this rope dart fighting style. It's buried quite deep into one of the new zones that I haven't fully explored yet. I've just got to do a lot of questing and progression to get through it. But if you would like to see it, let me know in the comments down below or hop into the stream. We fairly frequently play on the Chinese server on the streams. That'd probably be your best bet if you want to see any additional content. If there is anything that I don't show in this video and you would like to see it, link to the stream in the description down below. But yeah, let's talk about the gauntlets. We don't have the rope dart, sadly. I can just hover the abilities here if you'd like to take a look at the text. For some reason, the images or the videos of their abilities isn't loading right now. But here's just a little look at it. Again, if you are able to translate anything, if you want, the text is there. Right, the gauntlets, here we go. One thing that's cool about the gauntlets is it has a special new ability, and as far as I'm aware, this is the only weapon that can do it. It has like a movement ability. It's sort of like a gliding effect. Again, I can't show you right now because I don't have it unlocked. It's in another one of the new regions, but we might be able to find some footage and flash it up on the screen, but it does have this cool sort of gliding tech that you can do. The gauntlets come with like a bird friend. You have an eagle who will help you out with a lot of attacks. Rather than just yap about it, let me show you here. So this is our martial arts effect, so our Q ability. And there's our little bird friend. We also have our special skill, which just basically you punch the heck out of the enemy. Like that, quite a lot of staggers. You're also building up this energy when you do attacks with the gauntlets, and you can spend it with your charged heavy attack. So charged heavy would look like this if I don't get knocked to the ground. There it is. And it basically goes into like a little execute animation when you do it, which is very cool. Speaking of the execute, it's also very satisfying with these weapons. So yeah, super high attack rate, lots of stagger with this. Very, very cool. I think, honestly, whilst I am excited for the Hangdao, I think the gauntlets are just very, very satisfying in terms of the frequency of attack rate, the movement that you get with them. Very, very cool. And then just also that charge punch. Oh, it's got some, I don't know, the impact, the way that they've got it set up, it just feels good. They do feel like very good weapons to use. And here's also like the jump attack as well, if you want to see that. So yeah, not too much to them at first glance. We punch again, we do some more punches, and then we charge up a heavy to just like basically one punch them. And that is the gauntlets. They do have synergy with the new rope dart, but because we don't have the rope dart unlocked, I can't currently show you that, guys. But again, these weapons likely not going to be coming out until Season 3, probably later on into the year. We're looking more towards spring or summertime. You guys might be wondering if these new weapons will have new inner ways to go with them, and the answer is yes, they will. There are actually quite a lot of new inner ways, as you can see here. I'll just turn my camera off so you can get a glimpse at all of them. They have added a lot on the Chinese server, so this is the one that we'll be using for the Hangdao. We also have a new inner way here for the Gauntlets as well. Again, the translation, moving this text over to English, it just doesn't seem to translate too well, so I would love to tell you exactly what they say they do, but I just cannot. Some people do wonder, like, can I do anything to prepare to have these ready? The answer would just be the conversion system. You can take your current inner ways that you have on global, and then when they come out, you can just convert them over. So don't really need to sweat about doing any preparation for them. If you want to switch over to these new weapons, you'll just need to convert your current inner ways, which again, you can do from the conversion menu. There's not really too much else that needs to be done. I'll show you guys some of the other new ones. Again, I'm sorry I don't have the translation for the text, but there is quite a few of them. I'll just flash them up on the screen here if you guys want to take a look. If anybody does want to offer up some translations, who, you know, if you have a fine understanding of Mandarin and are able to do a better translation than most of the programs I've been using, I will, again, just flash them up on the screen here while I continue to keep yapping. We got this one, and then we also have another new one over here as well. This one also appears to be new, and I think this is a new blue one as well. I don't believe I recognize the icon for that one, so yeah, a good amount of innerways also going to be added to the game to complement these new weapons, and probably just some universal innerways as well that aren't weapon specific. In terms of mystic skills, we will have some new ones coming as well. One of the first ones we're very likely going to see is the shrinking ability here, so you can shrink down into a tiny version of yourself. Use this to solve various puzzles in the same way that we use Meridian Touch, Celestial Seas. So this one, I believe, allows you to fight bosses in one of the new zones. Where exactly we get it, I don't know yet. Can't show you in game because I don't have it unlocked, but yeah, we have a shrinking ability. We also have this like fan of arrows ability as well, so it costs 30 vitality. You just basically shoot at a bunch of arrows in a cone shape. Then we have the flute ability. This one is very powerful to my understanding on the Chinese server. It's basically just AoE damage, so 60 vitality. It's quite expensive, but yeah, summon the flute and then do damage to everybody nearby. There's also another summonable you can use, this one here, which is a similar concept. I believe it just assists in your attack, so it's slightly less vitality, but anything you're attacking, this sort of floating knife will also assist you as well. And then finally we have some like special mystic skills. So this one here is kind of interesting. You kneel before the boss, and if it attacks you, there's a 25% chance that the boss just dies. I don't fully understand how this one works. It was available during a special event on the Chinese server, so whether we get this as well is not entirely clear. I think it's also going to work on bosses that you've taken down previously, and it has a limited number of attempts you can use per day on it. And then we have some other sort of party skills here as well. I think we do actually have the previews of these on the global server. What exactly they do and their benefit, I'm not entirely sure, but they do look pretty silly and fun. So yeah, these are also some new mystic skills you can do here as well. Turn into a snowman, apparently. Looks like this one maybe has some combat application. Over on the Chinese version of the game, they have added several new regions as well. This region that we're in right now is one that we're going to see in the next month, I believe. This is Hexi, so it's located over here on the map, and it's actually split into 3 different zones. Now again, not really going to be any spoilers here. I just wanted to give you guys a little glimpse, get you excited like I am for like the huge amount of content that is coming. But Hexi, again, 3 different zones. So we have the desert area, which was where we'll arrive in first. This has new oddities, new gatherables, new enemy types, new bosses, new quests, obviously. And then you have a snowy biome over here as well, which I believe you need to progress through various campaign bosses in order to unlock it. And then we have this separate region, which is, it's like a big grassy plains. It looks so good. Hopefully I can show you a little bit of footage from a previous stream where I was in there, because I don't have it unlocked right now. But man, visually, these zones are breathtaking. They look really, really good. And this particular one with the grassy plains, it actually has a seasonal modifier, so you can change the season there from spring to summer to autumn to winter, and the river freezes over. Man, that area looks so good. But the desert itself is also insane. I believe lightness skills will be turned off in this area, so you can't fly around, but instead they give you a new travel mechanic where you turn into a big magical fish, and then you can move around on the Silk Road here as a way to navigate through the desert faster. Of course, there will still be fast travel shrines and all the other stuff that you expect from new zones. But yeah, the oddities are brand new. There's a new type of chests. We have camels in here as well. It is a really cool zone. After we're done exploring Hexi and the months of content that will provide, the next new region that will be added to the game will be Bujianshan. It is located north of Qinghe. And again, sorry, my pronunciation is not going to be the best, but it is this location here. And it's another massive, massive biome that I think looks incredible. Like the textures, the models, the lighting, everything is just so well done in this area. I know I'm just glazing the game, but the Chinese version, I don't know what like optimization and improvements that they made, but I just cannot state, like the compression of this video is probably not going to do it justice. It looks really, really cool in here. Really, really cool. It's also got this mechanical theme where you have robots, maybe not the right word for them, but mechanical contraptions that will be both your friend and foe in this area. There's going to be new oddities, new chest system, new bosses. Again, we're not going to go too much in depth to avoid spoilers, but I just wanted to show you guys some of the cool stuff in here. They also have new traversal systems that you can move around the map, including flying machines. You can build your own sort of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom style machines, and then they have these sort of what do you call them, zip lines as well. This zone, very, very cool, very distinct from the other zones. It's got its own flavor, and this is one that I'm also massively excited for as well. And then, if you can believe it, alongside Hexi and Bujianshan, the Chinese version of the game also just added another new zone called Hutuo or Hutu. Sorry, the pronunciation might be incorrect there. It is, to my understanding, an alternative version of Bujianshan, but graphically looks amazing. Seeing those fires in the distance, really, really cool. Whether we will get this year, not entirely sure, but my belief is that the devs do intend to accelerate our version of the game and catch us up with China, so it's entirely possible that we might see a third new region, or even a fourth new region, because they also have the Kaifeng Imperial Palace, which is... it's like going into that middle of Kaifeng, except it's a huge area as well. That's also coming to the Chinese version of Where Winds Meet very soon, and potentially to our version of the game in the same year as well. So it is entirely possible that we get this region, Hexi, Bujianshan, and the Kaifeng Imperial Palace all in 1 year, which would basically be 4 expansions in 1 year for a free-to-play game. Just insane. Like, crazy how much work the devs are putting into this game. Now, you guys might be thinking, well, that's all fine and well, Baggins. The new zones look pretty and the new weapons look fun, but what about the replayability? What about the content? You know, we need things to do continuously. What's it looking like in terms of online stuff? And I can thankfully say there is a lot to do here as well. They have added a lot. So we have lots of new raids. It looks like the Dao Lord and the God of Avarice are going to be a raid boss at tier 81, tier 86. We fight an upgraded version of them. And then again, it looks like we have another Heroes Realm separate. Is this... yeah, you do need to be slightly higher mastery for this one as well. And then we have 91, and then another one, and then another one. 91 seems to be an insane amount, and then 96, and then these guys, and then this one as well. So quite a lot of raid content coming up. And then we've got all of the previous stuff here as well. So it does look like there's going to be a tier 81 version of our current raid with the Twin Lions and the Ghostmaster. Moving over to the Heroes Realm, there is also quite a lot of 5-man content as well. So we got these 2 bosses to take on with a group of 5. This is a new boss over here. Snake Master and what appears to be a new boss. 2 completely new bosses from Bujianshan, I think. Same here again. Oh no, that's River Master or whatever. So yeah, quite a lot of sword trial or 5-person content also here as well. Just keep moving through these. And let's see. No, it doesn't look like there's anything for our next cap. Oh no, 81, we are going to get this next, I guess. Well, that would be with Hexi actually, because we'll get to level 80, but we'll still be doing tier 71 content. And then PvP, we've got 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 5v5. And then I think this is also like a way to practice as well. I think there's like some practice game modes in here, if I'm not mistaken, where you can set up your own sort of lobby and things. So that's going to be a nice feature if you want to go in and do some PvP without the intimidation of like, you know, losing or gaining rank. You just want to practice. There is going to be a game mode for that. They of course still have Perception Forest with the solo, duo, and squad queue as well. And then in terms of casual content, I'm not sure if anybody's too interested in these, but there will be new sort of mini games you can play as well. We've got a flying one here, flying mini game. I think this is a mini game where you deliver poop, or you have to collect poop and deliver it as well. So there's some like goofy, wacky stuff in here as well. There will be new things added in this regard. In terms of skins, this probably comes as no surprise as it is the way the game makes money, but they have added a lot of new skins and there will be a lot of new skins coming to our version of the game as well. Honestly, the video would probably be going on for another like 20-30 minutes if we were to cover every single new skin in here. So if there is anything in particular that you guys are interested in, let me know in the comments down below. I'll hop into the stream. We do hop over to the Chinese server at least like once a week to go see what's happening over there. So if there's any particular skins or special effects you're interested in, let me know. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff here. New mounts, new gacha skins. In fact, in terms of the gacha skin, I'll put a link to a video down below showing all of the draw skins. It might be interesting to know if you ever do plan to use some of these cores or spend on the gacha system. It is obviously quite expensive, so it's probably not something you want to do multiple times. So if you want to choose the perfect skin for you, there is a video linked down below showing all of the new outfits that will be coming to our version of the game. So friends, that is going to do it for this video. There is so much content coming to this game in the next 12 months. I wanted to give like a brief overview rather than a super in-depth, dive into everything, because you can easily see how this would make it like a 1, 2, 3 hour long video to cover everything. But hopefully there was enough here that it's piqued your interest and you guys realize, holy flip, the devs are cooking with this game. There is a lot of stuff to look forward to, whether it's new weapons, new zones, new quests, new mechanics, ludicrous amounts of oscillating jade and coin that we're going to need. Let me know what you guys are most excited for in the comments down below. If there's any other footage you'd like to see from the Chinese servers, let me know that as well. We can record a new video in the future. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this one, make sure you go ahead and click the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.